Hey guys, and welcome to part 42 of Let's Play Pokemon SoulSilver. In the last part we made our way to the Seafoam Islands because there was a volcano at Cinnabar Islands and everybody died. Well, actually nobody died. If you talk to one of the people in the Pokemon Center or one of the people actually explicitly says nobody got hurt by a volcano going off. So I guess that's nice that nobody got horribly melted, but anyway, that's not what we're doing in this part. In this part, I'm fighting Blaine. So, of course, his fire type gym and all that, you know, with the volcano, so this is a fire type guy. So, going into it, I was like, I'm gonna be fine. Just like pretty much all the other gyms in this region. Because I have Mega Dude, who's water type, and I have E-Rock, which is rock ground type. Because I believe ground? Rock? One of those two is super effective against fire. I know that much at least. And then anyway, out of all the other Pokemon, you know, because even if Mega Dude and E-Rock went down, I still have Pokemon like Mr. Sublime that can just do a really good job anyway. So I thought because I was most likely going to use Mega Dude a lot, I wouldn't send out Mega Dude. I didn't want to send him out first because I thought, well, I'm gonna need him for like the later Pokemon. So I sent out Mr. Sublime thinking that I could use Light Screen to increase everyone's special defense. And unfortunately for me, I got hit by a critical hit there, and yeah, that's the end of Mr. Sublime. Because yeah, Overheat, in case you don't know, it's a move that is really powerful at first, but every time you use it, your special attack goes down. So I mean, I guess out of all the Pokemon to take that Overheat and take one for the team, as it were, you know, Mr. Sublime did his job. But now I thought I'd send out E-Rock because the light screen is up, and because E-Rock isn't, you know, very high special defense, or isn't, you know, it doesn't have very high special defense, that it would still be able to take one of Magmar's attacks because of the light screen. Turns out I was wrong, and I was stupid for thinking that, but you know, if E-Rock was a golem, I reckon he would have been able to take it, but whatever, I don't want to talk about that again. I'm still annoyed about that, but okay. So I wasn't not, yeah, you know, at this point he had taken out 3 of my Pokemon, or I think Hawkins was dead before the battle even started, so yeah, you go Hawkins. So I thought I didn't want to quite use Mega Dude yet because this Magmar is really low on, its special attack is really low. It already used 2 overheats and I still have the light screen up. So I also didn't want to use the Fluff, because the Fluff is really good. I mean, the Fluff and electric type moves are no more effective against fire type moves. So I thought with this weakened Magmar, I'd send out York and see what I could do. But it didn't go swimmingly, I'll admit. The light screen is now worn off, and now there's not really that much I can do to this thing because it confused me. I mean, why does Magmar know Confuse Ray? It's so stupid, like why? It just seems really random. It seems like they wanted to make, you know, they were like, okay, so this is the 15th gym in the game. We need to make it so the player has a hard time. So let's just, for no real reason, let's just give this Magmar really annoying moves. Because Thunder Punch is like, whoa, why does it know Thunder Punch? And I mean, it knows Thunder Punch, Overheat, Confuse Ray, or whatever it was, and something else. It's kind of an odd set of moves, but I guess this is why this is the 15th gym in the game, because it's kind of hard. So I thought finally I'll send out the Fluff, because if it knows Thunder Punch, like its Overheat isn't going to be that good, and if it knows Thunder Punch, then it's not going to do that much to the Fluff. I mean, the worst that Thunder Punch could do is paralyze the Fluff, which I was kind of worried about. And I was worried about this Confuse Ray because I wanted to take this thing out. I was sick of this Magmar, giving me so much grief. So I went for a charge and then discharge because I knew that would take it out, but I got very lucky because Confuse Ray didn't hit, which is awesome. But if Confuse Ray would have hit, then that really could have messed me up pretty bad. So yeah, so because I already used charge, that meant that the Fluff special defense has been slightly raised, so I thought I'd keep in the Fluff rather than do anything else. So this Rapidash knows Bounce, which is a really weird move. I don't know who came up with this move, but it seems like the only reason that Bounce exists is because they wanted another version of Fly that non-flying types could use. But it's still incredibly weird. Like, can you even imagine like this fire horse like nay, and then it's like use Bounce and it just rockets into the air. Like, it doesn't really make that much sense. If there was like a kangaroo Pokemon, then maybe, but the closest we have then is Kangaskhan. I mean, why isn't there a kangaroo Pokemon? I don't know. Well, anyway, so because it used bounce, I decided that the fluff probably wasn't going to get the job done against this Rapidash. Mainly because, you know, this guy has a load of full restores. So I thought my best chance here was to paralyze it so I could, you know, hit it first. Because, I mean, because bounce is like a physical type move, I thought using charge all the time just really wasn't going to do that much. So I decided it used bounce, so I thought, right, I wasn't too sure what to do here. Because it was paralyzed, I knew I was going first, so I thought my best bet was just to use charge again. Because it, you know, I thought I might as well increase one of my stats, because there was no way I was going to be able to hit it. So yeah, you can probably guess what's going to happen next turn. It's not really that crazy what happens, but unfortunately for me I got paralyzed. Apparently bounce can do that. I mean, who knew? I didn't know, that's for sure. But because I had used a charge before, I thought I could use a discharge and hit for serious damage. But I was paralyzed, so I mean, there goes that idea. It was definitely a nice idea, that's for sure. Because the thing is, I was trying to get it in a position where when the fluff died, that Rapidash was paralyzed. That's what I was trying to set up here. It didn't happen, as you can clearly see. So now it's 1-1, it's Mega Dude versus Rapidash, and he already has used one full restore. So I was feeling pretty confident, but I knew that, you know, if I get hit by a critical hit or something like that, then there goes all my chances of winning this thing. So straight away it uses bounds, and see, I just needed it to be paralyzed, and then I could have sent in Mega Dude and hit it with an attack and done serious damage. Because the thing is, like, I have the type advantage, but look, that level difference is crazy. Mega Dude's only level 49, and as much as I like Marrow and Asuru, it's not. The stats aren't amazing. It doesn't have amazing stats, Mega Dude, not compared to other water types you can get. I just like it because I think it's cool. So yeah, so I kind of just had to keep using Surf. I knew that eventually I would win here, but I just had to keep using Surf, and I knew I wasn't going to lose, mainly because, you know, I have a ton of potions. You know, as many full restores as this guy has, free, I think. Or it should be free, it might be full, I'm pretty sure it's not. I knew that eventually I was going to come out on top because I could just keep healing Mega Dude. And Rapidash didn't really have anything that was that good against Mega Dude. So, you know, the only thing Blaine could do was bounce, which was really annoying, but it wasn't going to do that much damage. And the reason why I use Whirlpool is that even though it's not that effective, it is slowly chipping away at Rapidash's health, and it even works when it's using bounce. So that means even if it's in the air for some reason, it's still really dumb. Even if it's used bounce, it still gets hit for those 2 turns rather than just 1. So I thought that was, you know, a good idea and just a good thing to have happen. So yeah, so now I'm in a position where I could lose, but then I realised I didn't have any healing potions or anything like that. So then I kind of had to, yeah, improvise. I just had to kind of hang in there. Luckily for me, it used Quick Attack, which was a really stupid idea. If it had used Bounced, it probably would have won. And then I got kind of lucky, because even though I was paralysed, I did manage to, you know, still go, and Quick Attack didn't do that much, so I won. I really could have lost that. You know, going into it, I didn't see myself losing that gym battle at all, because, you know, it's a fire type gym, but that Rapidash, you know, it's just because of the full restores. That's what makes it hard. If the gym leaders of Kanto didn't have all those full restores, it would be 10 times easier. And you know, it really does make you think about how awesome it is how in most battles against trainers they don't use items. Because, you know, if you're playing Pokemon, whenever a trainer uses an item, it's the most infuriating thing in the world. You're just like, why? This is cheating. Game Freak are assholes. I hate them, and this is the worst game in the world. Like, it feels like they're cheating. And that's just because items are so incredibly useful. And, yeah, so... but that's it. That's, the 7th gym badge got. So, now what we got to do here is that, if you remember, Blue was hanging out on this island. Well, of course we got to go here because I got destroyed during that battle. Yeah, Blue was over here, and he's the final gym leader, as I already revealed. But you need 7 badges to fight him, and then he'll wander off to his gym. I don't know what he's supposed to be doing on Cinnabar Island. It's kind of odd that he's here. They don't really explain why he's here. I think he's training or whatever, I don't know. But he's just hanging out on an island that's been destroyed. He's just like, way, woo, yeah, training, poke, woo. I don't know what he's doing. So yeah, so just like the originals, Freudian City Gym is the last gym, and yeah, it's really been redesigned. They've really gone all over the place. As you can see, the gimmick here is that we have on the floor there's all these arrow puzzles, because in this game or in this generations we haven't had that many. You know, not as many as the first games anyway. And yeah, this was exclusive to this version. In the original, well, in the original in the original first generation, there were arrows, but it was a lot simpler, and it was just one big area, and it was a bit of a maze. But you had to go on arrow things, and then it would take you along. But it wasn't complicated. You just had to keep going through, and you would find your way. And then in the remakes, it's just an empty room, and you just walk in, and there's a Blue hanging out, being like, "Yeah, let's fight." And then in this one, they decided to add in an arrow puzzle, which I'm not a fan of, I have to say. I think out of all of the puzzles, all of the gym puzzles in this game, most of them are good. You know, most of them are as tricky as you would want them to be, but still not that hard, so you don't really have to think that much. But this one is just kind of irritating. Like, it's not clear where you have to go, and if you mess up, you get taken all the way back, and then you have to go fight the trainers. And the trainers in this gym, they're not in your way. What you have to do, you have to like purposely mess up and go on an arrow that you're not supposed to go on, so then you can go fight them, which is fine, I guess. I mean, it's nice that they give you the choice if you want to take on the gym or if you want to take on the trainers or not. But I did want to take on the trainers, and I don't actually end up taking on all the trainers in this gym, I don't think, anyway. But yeah, you can see my problem with this puzzle. Like, look how messy it is. Like, you really have to stop and concentrate and be like, okay, so that arrow will take me there, will take me there, will take me there, will take me there. Because you're trying to just stop on the, like, you just have to see where it stops you, because there's certain panels that will stop you from spinning around. So you're just trying to aim on those platforms. So you have to look at those platforms and then go backwards. So one thing that's interesting about this gym is that it's really a mixed bag. Apparently in the first generation, or the original version of this gym, when Giovanni was the gym leader, apparently it was a ground type gym, I want to say. But I never saw it I always saw it as a normal type gym. I'm pretty sure it's ground type, but because he has Rhyhorn, and Rhy, the other one, and all that kind of stuff. But it really is a mixed bag, and I always saw it as a normal type gym because there's a lot of normal types, and normal types are really hard. It's really hard to fight normal types unless you have a fighting type. Normal types, like, they're surprisingly defensive. They have a lot of HP, and then, you know, especially at this late point in the game, they have surprisingly good attacks. So I find this kind of tricky, and I actually had a hard time getting through this gym. Because I'll get more into Blue and Blue's Pokemon in the next part, but these trainers Pokemon, they're not easy. I had a hard time doing it. So yeah, you just got to keep spinning. But yeah, as you can see on the left and the right, there are arrows that take you all the way back to the beginning. So, or on that left side anyway. So, I mean, I don't know. I kind of liked it how in the original Pokemon Silver and Gold, it was just a room you walked into. It made it feel more like an event, I guess. You know, this is the last gym, you're fighting the original rival, you just walk in, it's like, yeah, let's do this. But now it kind of just feels like a gym, you know, just a normal kind of gym. It doesn't feel like a final gym. Like the Dragon Gym in the Johton region, the 8th gym badge, that feels like a final gym. There's fire everywhere, you're doing some weird puzzle with blocks, I don't know. But yeah, that felt like a final gym, but this one just feels like any other gym. I mean, it looks a bit like the 4th gym in black and white, the electric one. It kind of has that look and feel about it. But yeah. So one thing that's cool about this gym as well is that you do see a lot of Pokemon that you don't see in the other games. Or, you know, you haven't seen yet. Like, Licky is here. Like, who knew anyone cared about that Pokemon? Such a weird one. And Polygon 2. Like, this gym seems to be the gym of the unnecessary evolutions they added. Like, we have Slowking. Although, I don't hate Slowking. Slowking's alright, and I do like that they added in another evolution from Slowbro. but you have to trade it to get it, so, I mean, screw that. Like, why? You have to find a King's Rock and trade it. And that battle there, that I just did, that double battle, I'll admit it, I'm a big man, I'll admit it when I make a mistake. I didn't win that the first time. Due to some, you know, super editing by me, I didn't win that battle, but then I kind of cut out me losing. Because I did have a lot of trouble with this gym, just getting through it. Because, you know, because there's such a mixed bag of Pokemon, you don't really know what you're going to get. And because I don't have a fighting type, then I just didn't have anything that good against it. You know, if I had a fighting type, I would just be fine. I would just use that to punch them all in the face. But I think out of all the types, you're least likely to have something good against normal types here. But yeah, as you can see, like now here's Sudowoodo out of nowhere. I think that's them trying to be more ground type. Although Sudowoodo's a rock type. I don't really know. I don't know. So yeah, as you can see, I wanted to take on all the trainers because my Pokemon are pretty low level, and I didn't know what I was going to get into for the gym battle here. But that's all the trainers that I'm going to fight, so I'm going to exit the gym, go heal, and then next time in Let's Play Pokemon SoulSilver, I am going to take on Blue and get my 16th gym badge. So I've been HonestTom23, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.